Alright guys, welcome back. I got a bunch of tips and tricks for you for Palworld 1.0 today. We're gonna go through settings, we're gonna go through tech points, we're gonna go through capturing pals, mounts, a bunch of movement stuff. So let's just get right to it. Hope you guys are having a good day. Here we go. Okay, so first things first, settings. These are just gonna make things a little smoother for you. So you wanna pop into options and game settings. You're gonna come into keyboard, or I guess controller if you're on controller, and at the bottom here we want single button press for hold interactions. This is default off. You want to turn that on. So you also want to change this last one, change build mode switching from hold to toggle. Just makes things a little bit easier when building. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna cover here is fast travels. This one I learned way too late, so let's get it in here early. If you're in your base, you do not need to be at the PAL box to fast travel. You can open your map as long as you're within the little blue circle surrounding your base. You can literally just fast travel from there. You can also, if you die, any of these fast travels work as a respawn point. So, wherever your X is on the map, you can spawn at the one closest, run over, grab your stuff. Remember, the beam from your body goes straight up in the air, and you can grab your loot from anywhere along that beam. So if you have a flying mount, there's a war that you died in, fly above, grab your stuff, eat, go heal up real quick, come back to fight your stuff. Don't die over and over again. Well, we got the map open. Let's cover map markers really quick, because this I didn't learn about until also really late. So if you look down at the bottom, for keyboard, if you press E, you can put a marker on the map. You'll see I have a bunch placed here and here, but let's just do one next to the base, for example. You can use these markers really for whatever you want. I try to use them for what they, the picture is. To each their own, though. A custom marker is only going to show on the map for you, whereas if you have people on your server with you in a guild that you're playing with, you want to use guild marker, which is going to show up in green on the map, which means everybody you're partied with can also see it. Now, while we're talking about markers, you do want to mark stuff like dungeons, especially ones you cannot complete yet that are too high level, because they are sort of dynamic, and you'll notice if you run up to a dungeon as a time limit till it expires, then it's going to go away, move somewhere else, be a different dungeon, it'll come back kind of thing. So you do want to mark these. They're a great place for resources, they're a great place for XP. Keep them marked on your map. So as you can see, if you walk up to it on the right, time until expiration, it'll tell you the boss level. These dungeons do move, so keep them marked on your map. While we're on the topic of dungeons, let's cover the bosses real quick. So as you can see, we walk up, the boss spawns. You can actually, if you're not happy with the spawn, you can run back over here so he despawns kind of out of the area. You run back, it'll spawn a different boss. So, if you come into one that you already have captured or beaten and you want something different, just run back, wait a second for it to despawn, come back, spawn the boss. It should be someone different. So now while we're here, let's cover capturing pals real quick. So as you can see, this guy, they have this little pal sphere next to their name here. That shows that you've captured at least one of them. When you've captured 5 of them, that little ball will go yellow. If you have not captured any, there will be no pal sphere next to it. Capturing 5 of each gives you an XP bonus, plus an effigy. Capturing 1 gives you a first catch bow. Dungeons are also a great way to farm ancient civilization parts. As you can see, we just got 6 of them. Okay, the next thing we're gonna cover really quick is kind of important, so get ready for this one, is stat points. So early in the game, when you first start, you want to prioritize weight and stamina. If you find yourself dying, put some points into health. But adding weight super early is gonna make farming a million times easier. You'll be able to carry more, plus certain pals in your party will raise the amount of weight you can carry. As you see, we're at 1250. We're late mid-game. It's still not enough weight, so you can crank this up. You can go about 20 points before it starts diminishing on returns. I would recommend going weight and stamina, and again, if you start dying, start putting some points into health. These other ones you can level up a little bit later on. They don't matter as much. Weight's the big one. Okay, let's also touch on technology points while we're here. So as you level up, you're going to get technology points. As you can see, I have a bunch of extra. You're also going to get ancient technology points. With your technology points, do not go unlocking absolutely everything. You're not going to get enough technology points from just leveling up to unlock everything on this list. Focus on stuff that you need to upgrade your base, which you can see if you come over to the PAL box here, right at the bottom. It tells you what's needed for your next upgrade. Focus on that stuff first. Leave decorations and weapons until later, because you do find schematics for weapons, so you don't necessarily have to unlock them with technology points. As long as you have the schematic in your base where you want to build it, you'll be able to build it. You want to unlock stuff like workbenches, repair benches, PAL boxes, PAL spheres, furnaces, that kind of stuff. Necessities, production things, storage things. Okay, so the next thing I want to touch on here is moving while over encumbered. So, as you can see, we can't sprint, we can't jump, we're 700 pounds overweight. The best way to do this efficiently is with a mount that has a charge or some kind of lunging attack, because you can still attack while on your mount. So you can see we're overweight. If we use Dark Charge, we still move pretty decently quick. The other option, which I actually think works a little bit better that I've found, is something like a Dire Howl that has an attack like a lunging attack that you can literally just hop your way back to a base. So the next tip I want to provide to you guys here is easy storage. We're overweight right now, but if you return to your base with a full inventory, you don't have to go put everything in chests. I would recommend organizing chests first and then start using this. But you want to open your inventory, and bottom right down here, you'll see easy bulk storage. Keyboard, it's R. You want to press R. This is your exclusion list. So anything you put in here is not going to leave your inventory when you hit stow here. So I would recommend PAL spheres, food, arrows, ammo, whatever you have in your inventory that you want to keep on you to continue your run, whatever you're doing. You're going to put in this exclusion list. Then you're going to hit stow. You're going to hit yes. And anything that's already in a chest in your base is going to get stowed immediately in the chest. As long as you're in the big blue circle of your base, this works. Another quick thing I want to go over here is food, because early game food can be kind of a pain in the butt. You don't get the cooler until level 13, so to save food before that, what you want to do is, say you have food in your inventory, it's about to expire, you want to make it last a little longer. If you transfer it from your inventory to a chest, you'll notice the timer resets. So if you want to make food last a little bit longer, just transferring it in and out of a box will reset the timer completely on the top one. And it buys you a little bit more time. As soon as you can get the cooler, it will save you so much food, and it will allow you to bring up your food supply a little bit while your pals are just absolutely destroying all of it. Okay, so this next tip is gonna help you heal pals faster. So as you can see bottom left, we have a dead Verdash. So usually it would take 10 minutes if you stick them in your pal box, like so. However, if you stick them in your pal box and bring the, trade them out with someone, he will go lie in bed and the healing time will be faster. As you can see, it's quite a bit faster. It knocks 4 minutes off the timer. Okay, so this last tip I got for you here. As soon as you see one, capture a Jolthog. Jolthog is very strong early game. So once you catch a Jolthog, if you use its PAL ability Jolt Bomb, where you see fish and hoof it in the water, all the fish will come up and you can catch them, bite them, whatever you need. But yeah, he works as a little fishing rod, which is kind of cool. Alright guys, there you have it. A bunch of tips to help you on your Palworld journey. If you have any more, leave them in the comments below, help some people out. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hope you have a great day.